Alrighty, back at it with exam 3. We're going to be doing question 8. Um, just basically all of it. So, given the quadratic of x squared minus 6x equals 27, we know it's a quadratic because of this x squared here. And we're going to solve this using 3 different methods. The first one is my personal favorite, and we're doing factoring method. So, in order to do factoring method, we're going to move this over to this side and set it all to 0. So minus 27. Gives us x squared minus 6x minus 27 equals 0. Cannot factor out any more, so we're going to do AC. That should equal 27. We're going to break that up a little bit. 1, 27 won't work. 3 and 9, that will work. So we're going to set we're going to go ahead and use 3 and use negative 9 here just so we can make it make it add up to 6x. So x squared minus 3x, or plus 3x, my bad, minus 9x minus 27 equals 0. I'm going to factor via grouping. So we'll factor this first one out by x, and that'll give us x plus 3. We will factor out this next one by there we go, by negative 9, and that'll also give us x plus 3. This all equals 0, and we'll go ahead and solve for x now. X minus 9 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0. Plus 9 minus 3, x equals 9, and x equals 3. Pretty simple. Like I said, AC method, factor by grouping. We did this in the last exam, so it should be nothing super new. Now, what is new is completing the square method. So, we're going to go ahead and complete the square. And we're going to first one, we're going to find our magic number, or our C in this case. And C equals B over 2 squared. And our B in this case is our 6. So, C should be 6 over 2 squared, or 3 squared. So, C equals 9. So now that we know that C equals 9, we can go ahead and plug that in. So x squared minus 6x, we're going to go ahead and slot in our negative 9 and plus 9 here equals 27. We want to get rid of this negative, so we're going to go ahead and add this 9 to the other side. So x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 36. Perfect. And guess what? We can actually go ahead and simplify now. So we have this equation over here to the right, which is a perfect, which is a difference of squares. We can actually simplify that as x minus 3. We got the 3 from doing our C step earlier, if you paid attention. So when we did C equals 6 over 2 squared, we got to 3 squared, and that's where we got that from. So important to note, and we're going to keep that 36 over here. 36 is also 6 squared, so we can go ahead and square root this and apply the absolute value of x minus 3 equals square root of 36. That splits into two values. That splits into a positive x minus 3 and a negative x minus 3. So comes this. Negative x minus 3 equals 6. X square root of 36 is 6. If it was not, we'd have to break it up a little bit, but we're good the way it is right now. And then a positive x minus 3 equals 6. So it's going to do the positive one first, as that stays the same. So x minus 3 equals 6. Going to add 3, x equals 9. For our negative one, it's going to make the 6 negative, so it's going to be x minus 3 equals negative 6 plus 3 plus 3, x equals negative 3. Same results we got last time. Point things you gotta know for doing this method is C, which is our magic number, how to derive from that, and how to simplify after we do this step right here. Here will lead us to here, so it's important to know. And finally, solving via the quadratic formula. So what is the quadratic formula? Well, I'm gonna write it down real quick. quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus square root of, the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now that we know this, we can just plug in our values in that pretty easily. So negative b is going to be negative 6 plus or minus square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 1 here times 27 all over 2 times 1. Okay, so rewriting this will give us 6 plus or minus 36. Remember that negative parentheses here and that positive 2 minus 4 times 27. So I'm going to do 4 times 27 real quick. 27 times 4 is 28. Boom, boom. 4 times 2 is 808. So that'll be minus 108. I should make that plus 108, my bad, because it's a positive. So plus 108 all over 2. So let's go ahead and do that then. And that gives us 6 plus or minus, remember, square roots of 144 over 2. That is 12. So this eventually will become 6 minus 12 over 2, or 6 plus 12 over 2. So that will give us 18 over 2, which simplifies to 9, or negative 6 over 2, which simplifies to negative 3. And that would be our respective x values. Make sense? You may just plug it in. Make sure you follow the right laws of negatives, integers, stuff like that. And once you get to here, remember how to simplify it to the final step. That's pretty much it. Thanks.